I never thought I'd question my father's loyalty. But when I saw my name missing from the estate documents, replaced by two kids who barely know our family, I knew something had gone deeply wrong. My name's Justin. I'm 28 now. My mom passed away a decade ago, and since then, it's mostly just been me and my dad. He's never been the emotional type, quiet, reliable, stoic. After Mom died, we leaned on each other more than ever. We were a team, or so I thought. 3 years ago, he met Ashley. She's the type who's all charm and smiles, the kind of woman who seems perfect on paper. At first, I was glad to see him happy again, but the more I got to know her, the more unsettled I felt. Ashley had this way of inserting herself into everything and turning even a simple dinner conversation into a performance about how much she'd done for my dad. Still, I kept my doubts to myself. Until a month ago. We were having dinner when out of nowhere, Dad looked at me and asked, "Are you upset with me?" I was caught off guard. "Why would I be?" I said. He didn't answer directly, just muttered something about feeling like he hadn't done enough for me lately. It was unlike him to talk like that, especially unprompted. Then, things started to shift. He canceled our regular weekend lunches. Conversations became shorter. He got evasive when I brought up the family estate, which had always been a point of pride for him. Then I overheard Ashley in the kitchen one night saying, "Justin doesn't appreciate you. Maybe he doesn't need you like you think he does." That hit like a slap. It felt planted, like she was sowing doubt between us. Not long after, my Uncle Donald called me. He told me he'd heard rumors that Dad was planning to sign over the family estate to Ashley's kids, Amy and, ironically, another Justin. We'd never been close. They were practically strangers until recently, when they started showing up at family events like they belonged. I confronted Dad as gently as I could, and he admitted he and Ashley had been discussing changes. When I asked why her kids were being considered over me, he said, "You're independent. You've built your own life." That hurt more than I care to admit. Then one night, I found documents labeled transfer of ownership sitting on their dining table. Ashley's kids were listed as the beneficiaries. I knew I had to act. I looped in Donald, who used to practice law, and he reminded me of something important. My parents had built a clause into the estate deed. It could only be transferred to someone maintaining it as a family property, someone who lived there full time. Ashley's kids didn't qualify, so we waited. When my dad texted me asking for help, I knew it was time. Ashley didn't know I'd be at the lawyer's meeting. When the clause was mentioned, she snapped, said it was irrelevant. My dad finally saw through her. For the first time in months, he stood up for me. He told her, "You made me doubt my own son." Ashley stormed out, but she wasn't done. She tried to fight the clause in court, calling it outdated. It didn't work. Not only did the judge uphold the clause, but we also discovered she'd been quietly draining Dad's accounts. That sealed her fate. My dad cut her out of his life. Entirely. Now the estate is safe. We're rebuilding trust, slowly but surely. And Ashley? She sent me one last message. "You'll regret this. You've made an enemy for life." I didn't reply. Let her stew. Justice won. And this time, the family legacy stayed in the right hands.